everyone. Good evening. And today we're going to be talking about leveraging AI as a content creation tool. So let's just get right into it. So just a brief outline of the things we're going to be discussing. First is Jarvis, then who am I, then what is AI, why it matters, then what is generative AI, introduction to ChatGPT, how it works. We'll do like a quick demo of what ChatGPT is and basically how to use ChatGPT there. Also give like some warnings on using ChatGPT. It's AI, so you have to be careful about how to use it. Then do question and answers. If you have any questions that I can answer, then finally we'll wrap up the entire session. So Jarvis, if you've ever watched Iron Man, or if you're a fan of the Marvel series, you obviously know who Iron Man is. And if you don't know, Iron Man is one of the Marvel Avengers who has an intelligent system called Jarvis. And if you watch Iron Man, you clearly know who Jarvis is. So Jarvis is a very intelligent system. And basically in Iron Man, what Jarvis used to do is control everything that had to do with the suit, tell Iron Man if there was something wrong with the suit, give him temperature readings, let him know if there's something around him that was happening and all of that. And for some people, that might have been like their first introduction into what AI sort of looked like or felt like. And for me, one of the reasons why Iron Man is like my favorite Avenger is because of his use of AI and his use of technology. So that was one of the reasons why I was very, very interested in Iron Man. And it all just comes like a full circle right now with AI being very visible for even everyday people to use. So who am I? My name is Rachel, not Jarvis, and I'm a product designer and a content creator. And fun fact, you obviously know by now that I really love Iron Man. He's my favorite Avenger, and I love chicken and chips, my favorite food ever. Now let's dive into what is AI and how AI can sort of help you become a better content creator. So AI is a technology that enables machines to perform tasks that typically require human intelligence. And things like self-driving cars, if you've ever heard of self-driving cars, cars that drive on their own without nobody moving the actual steering. Self-driving cars, instruments like Alexa, Siri, all of these all have an element of AI that we have all witnessed or we've seen maybe on the TV or something similar. Or something similar. So that is what an AI is. Now, why does AI matter? So in the world today, you is probably more of like a buzzword now. Everybody shouting AI, 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 AI. And you might probably be wondering, why does it matter? Why is AI important? What why should I be interested in AI? The truth is AI would make things faster, so you should not be scared about it, but you should learn how to use it. And there's this quote from this professor that says AI won't necessarily take your job, but somebody using AI, somebody that has learned how to use AI, will be the one to take that job that you're protecting so much because you don't want to learn how to use AI. So it's not the AI itself, it's people that have learned the act of it and have learned how to use it are the ones that are going to be proficient in their jobs, are going to do their jobs better, and are the ones that are going to do their jobs faster. So that is how AI can help you. So the next thing we're going to be talking about is called generative AI. So there is the traditional AI, which is the AI you see like Alexa, Siri, they all have an element of AI. Well, this is how generative AI is different. So generative AI is AI that is capable of generating text, images, and other media using generative models. So this generative AI is trained on models, it's trained on different things. And once you ask it to generate something, it can give you like an answer or like a response, like a chatbot. The chatbot is definitely trained on different things. So once you ask it, oh, generate a image for me, it will generate it. Generate text for me, it will generate it. That is what generative AI is. I don't know if you ever came across this picture on the internet. If you've ever come across this, please leave a comment, let me know, or just raise your hand or give me like an emoji or something so that I know. Yes. So if you've ever come across this image on the internet, in your head, you're probably wondering, why is the Pope wearing a puffer jacket? Why is he trying to be very fashionistic or something funny? What's going on? And you're wondering in your head what's going on. But the truth is, this is not the Pope. Well, this is the Pope, but this is not the Pope, if it makes any sense. And let me explain what I mean by this is the Pope, but this is not the Pope. Essentially, somebody fed an image of the Pope and created like a prompt. So a prompt is where you write and tell an AI to create something for you. So somebody fed an image of the Pope and created a prompt to say, put the Pope in a puffer jacket. And the person did that. And to tell you how accurate AI is, AI was able to put the Pope in that puffer jacket and make it look as if it was actually like the Pope. So this is not actually the Pope. But if you look at it, it looks like the Pope. But the Pope will never wear this in the first place, right? So all of this is what generative AI is capable of. So it can generate images, like I mentioned, it can generate text, and it can be used for a different whole lot of things. So this is how a prompt works. Prompts are really good, and this is where AI comes in, and this is how important and really good AI can be. Can you ever imagine an astronaut and a horse? They don't match. An astronaut is definitely in space. How do you get a horse to space? Except if Elon Musk has finally found a way, or the Virgin guy has finally found a way, Richard Branson has finally found a way to get a horse to space. That's the only way it's going to be possible. But with AI, there is a possibility of that. As you can see from this prompt, it's just a very simple prompt, and it says astronaut riding a horse. And you can see like different versions of that prompt. So that's how prompts basically work. Definitely just write a text and tell the AI, this is what I want, and it spits it out for you, basically. So another version of generative AI is, apart from pictures or images or apart from text, there are also other types of generative AI like vocals and videos. And this is an example of generative AI, even though this is a bit destructive. I obviously wanted to also talk about it. So late in April, early April this year, there is this guy on TikTok called Ghostwriter977. And this guy released a song, and this song was supposedly sung by Drake. If you know who Drake is, a very popular musician. Drake and Weeknd, both popular musicians. But they have never collaborated before in their lives. They've never had a collaboration together. So how did that song come about? So basically, the song is called Heart on My Sleeve. And this guy wrote out the song and asked AI to sing it the way Drake and Weeknd would sing. And AI virtually did that. He used like the vocal cords. So he basically trained the AI with different songs from Drake and trained the AI with different songs from Weeknd, and basically told the AI, this is a new set of lyrics, generate in the way Drake and Weeknd would sing. And AI basically did that. And this guy released this song on TikTok, Spotify, YouTube, and you can see how many views it racked up. It racked up 15 million views on TikTok, racked up, we even earned like some royalties from it. But this, because this is somebody's copyright. You can't do that. So obviously he had to take everything down. They literally had to sue him to take everything down. But that should show you how important or how powerful AI can be if used in the wrong way. But if used rightly and correctly, you can definitely gain a lot of benefits from using AI. Now let's go to what ChatGPT is, which is what we are basically going to be talking about today. How we're going to use ChatGPT to help you become a better content creator. So ChatGPT is a chat generative pre-trained transformer, and it's a large language model based on a chatbot. It was developed by OpenAI and it was released last year in November. So it allows you to have human-like conversations with the chatbot, and it can basically answer your questions. It can perform tasks for you. It can compose email, essays, and even write code for you if you wanted to do that. That's how powerful ChatGPT is. And now we're going to be doing a demo of how to use ChatGPT and what ChatGPT is like. And at this point, I want you guys to be interactive and tell me, you're basically going to be the one telling me what you want me to demo. Coinsala was the one that sort of inspired this. So I'm going to be using her tailoring business as a demo. So Coinsala, I hope you're ready.
I'm trying.
So we're in ChatGPT now, and this is what ChatGPT looks like. I'm using the free model. It's 3.5, the ChatGPT 3.5. There is another model that is the ChatGPT 4, which is the plus model, but we're using the free model, which is the ChatGPT 3.5. Basically, it says, "How can I help you?" And it already has like some pre plans of give me ideas, recommend a dish, show me a code snippet, and write a text. If I keep looking this way, I'm sorry. That's because I'm looking at my screen so that I can text. Quite a lot. All right, let's go. So basically, you want to start creating content, right?
Yes.
Okay. So the best way to create prompts on ChatGPT is, trust me, if you tell ChatGPT to say, create content for me as a tailor, to give you an answer. Trust me, we can even do that right now. But the best way to create prompts on ChatGPT is to be very specific about what you want. It's like when you're asking God for something, you're very specific about what you want to ask God. Don't go around in circles. So that's the best way to get answers from ChatGPT. So you don't go around in circles. You have to be very specific about what you want. If you are very straightforward, to give you straightforward answers, but the more specific you are about what you want, the better answers you get. So say um, I want to create content as a fashion designer. Where do you want to create content on?
YouTube.
Okay, on YouTube. Do you have specific people or audience you want this content to be directed towards?
Yes, I already have my YouTube page that has like a beginner series, so it's like a
Okay,
continuation of that.
okay.
So beginners basically.
So I want to create content on YouTube. I started a beginner series on what?
Like
Beginner
a
series
beginner
on what?
series. So it's like a series for beginners on how to make the most simple pieces, skirts, how to make zips, the basic things.
Simple things like skirts, zips. Who would you say is your target audience in terms of who you are targeting or who you want to come and watch these videos?
I think young adults from like 18 to 30
So,
or
like
35,
Gen Zs.
I guess. Yes.
Okay. So, I want to, I want to create content as a fashion designer on YouTube. I started a beginner series on how to make simple things like skirt and zip, and I want you to give me more interesting ideas. Include topics and description for this video ideas. My audience is Jesus. Okay, let's just go with this first prompt first and see what prompt. So it looks a bit. Um, so this is like basically 10 ideas that it has given you. Um, Again, you don't have to take everything. You can always, the good thing about ChatGPT is you can always continue the conversation. If you like one or two, you can say merge one and two together and create a new thing for me. I don't know if you can see this really well. Is there anyone that you think stands out to you as a fashion designer that you think people will be interested in?
I think number 6 is something that is in line with what I do already.
Okay, so design and showcase outfits inspired by popular movies, TV shows, and music. Okay, so So now I'm going to take this number six and I would say create a script for me. So I'm just going to put this into a column and say create a script for me using this. So now it has basically created like a script of things you should say in the video, and it has even put it into segments. Another good thing I can also tell you to do is to include timestamps of the different things I should say. If you're very familiar with YouTube, you know how timestamps are. You talk about this at a particular time, talk about this at a particular time, talk about this. I'm just going to ask you to do. If you notice, there is like a continuation to it. It's like I'm talking to somebody and the person is answering me. I'm saying, okay, I don't want you to do number one. I want to do number two. So this is number two. Create something off number two for me. So from this again, I'm just going to ask you to create like a timestamp for that, a timestamp video. Say the video should be about 8 minutes or like this. So it loads again. So basically, it has given you everything you need to say. So it says from the first second to the first 10 minutes, greet everybody, say hello, how are you? Welcome back to Coinsola's channel. Showcase a quick teaser of the finished outfit. That should showcase like the finished outfits that you've made. Then transition into something that the audience mentioned. Then start selecting terms. Start take a look at the terms you suggested. Maybe your users have suggested or give me I want to make outfits from what movie is popular right now? I don't know. I want to make outfits from like maybe the most popular movie right now. Then you pick the idea, then you're going to infuse elements into it. Then you now show how you're cutting it. I'm going to show you how you cut and plan it. Then while you work on this outfit, you can let people know what comments. Like it's basically giving you what exactly what people will say in their videos. Then you transition again. It's telling you to transition again, and it's telling you how to place like your camera angles by showing like a time lapse of you cutting fabric, sewing the fabric, assembling the outfits together, and fast forward all of that into the final look. Then showcase like the final look and show them what the final look looks like. Then it's also showing telling you to do like an outfit reveal, show people what the outfit finally looks like, and finally style the outfit, show people how you wear the outfit or how you style the outfit, then do like a conclusion. And obviously, do not forget to tell people to hit that subscribe button and like your video. So basically, you can literally tell ChatGPT to do anything that you want it to do and continue in that line of conversation. See where we started from. But the most important thing is knowing how to create this. As this is called a prompt. Knowing how to create this. If I tell ChatGPT to just say, let's try like a new chat, and I say create content for a so let's say business owner. So it gives me very good answers. It tells me like I should do like an introduction, an overview, product and services, business news, marketing and branding, educational promotions and all of that. But you see how it is not it's very generic. Unlike this, because I was able to tell it exactly what I wanted, it gave me like very good answers because I said, I want to create this. I also included what platform I want to create it on. I included what I have already on it. I also included the things, example of things I would like to make. I also included who my audience is. I was not generic about it to say, oh, I'm a fashion designer, just create. So whatever you input into it, it will definitely give you an answer. But the most important thing is inputting like the right things and things that are specific to your business or specific to what type of content you want to create. Even if you want to create Instagram reels or short form content, if you input it and say create short form content of a day in my life, you will still get that same thing. So let's do that. Let's do that. Create an Instagram reel of a day in my life. So an Instagram reel. This is a 13 seconds reel, and it always tells me a description of me, my money return, a design studio. Again, it is feeding off what I'd written here before and what I've put in before. So it's like a continuation of what I've put in before. So it's already telling me I need to show like my sketches. You need to show like your design studio. You need to show your sketch, show yourself taking a long break, show yourself doing like an outdoor break, and show yourself doing like an edit and closing conclusion. Um, so, as a content creator, this is like a very good tool for you to sort of, if you're stuck on ideas, ChatGPT is a good way for you to generate ideas. You can generate multiple ideas, and it's not just a content creation. So you can use it in school to generate essays. I use it to write emails. I'm not going to lie. Whenever somebody sends me an email and I'm like, what exactly am I supposed to reply this person? I basically just dump it into it and say rewrite for me or give me an answer to this. And it gives me very good answer. So another thing you really want to know how to do is not just taking everything it says and just accepting it like that. Like you should add some tweak to it so that it has an element of you also in it. Yes, there's an element of you once you input like the prompt, but once it gives you an output, you also want it to sound like you, if that makes any sense, feels like you, and not just something that some AI just permitted for you to use. So, which is something I really like to do. Even when it gives me like very good answers, I still try to tweak it. There are some words I just generally would not use that it might probably use. I'm like, no, I want to use this word or I want to say this thing this way. This is how I would say it. So I just edit that part to use my own language or how I would say it. So basically, you can use it to do anything you want it to do. You can ask it to create like a tax list for you. You can ask it to create a shopping list for you. As you can see, I've been using it for quite like a while. And I asked it to do like a number of things, and it has been really, really helpful in doing like all of these things. I don't know if there is anybody else that wants me to try out a prompt that and they want to see what it looks like. Anybody else wants to try out a prompt? Okay. Emanuela, let's go. So what prompts do you want me to try?
Good evening, everyone.
Hi,
So
good evening.
I wanted to ask,
How can I print
sometimes I
dollars?
have people. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I'm sorry. I can hear you.
Okay, so I've seen people sometimes where they're like able to create or generate like a 3 months content in one sitting, and
Mhm.
I want to know if it's able to like if you're able to create that from ChatGPT like in one sitting, you create a
Yes.
3 months content.
Yes, you can. You can literally do that. In fact, we can do that right now. I can show you. So again, it all boils down to the prompts. And again, remember how I mentioned it's how you input the question is what answers you will get. If you tell it just create a 3 months worth of content for me, it will create it. But the most important thing is you want to direct whatever content that it creates to your own brand and to you. Where are you going to be posting this content? Just like the questions I was asking Coinsola, who is my audience? What type of content am I going to be posting? Is it going to be a mix of content? It would be great when you include like your content pillars as a content creator. You most likely have content pillars, say like educational content, how to content. You also have like inspirational content and all of that. So all of these different content pillars, you're going to be including them in your prompt to say, I want to create content based on this period, and I want you to create content for me over a period of 3 months and give me like an answer. So let's do like a test for you to see what that looks like. So what type of content creator are you? What type of content do you like to create? What would you say are your like your content pillars and all of that, so that we can get started?
Okay, so I basically just create content for a design content, basically
Mm-hmm.
about the business of design and my personal experience as a designer as well.
Okay.
So
Okay. And what type of designer are you? Are you like a graphic designer, a product designer?
product designer.
Okay. So basically, I want to create. So say create 3 months worth of content for a product designer. Uh, include the business of being a designer. Include a day in my life. Um, I also say maybe include tools for designers, include designer workflow, include what else? Important things designers, should know. And I'd say this content is for say TikTok, and each one is say 15 seconds long, generate several options. Okay, let's go. Okay, okay, so certainly here's some 15 seconds TikTok ideas for the topics you mentioned. Um, business of being a designer, from freelance to gigs. These are topics of things that you should discuss. There's also a day in my life as a designer, tools for designers, designer workflow, important things designers should know. So let's say generate. So again, this is where we come back to telling it what to do exactly. So just because I changed my prompt and I'd updated my prompts to say there is a calendar breakdown, include a calendar of 3 months. What see, it started giving me week one, week two, week three, week four. That's month one. Week two, a day in my life. Week one, week two, week three, week four. Month three, week one, week two, week three, week four. And that's it. You've gotten you can obviously mix and match. There's some things that probably won't apply to you that you can remove or return or just add, mix and match. But this is it, 3 months worth of content for you.
All right, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Now, since we have a demo out of the way and we obviously know how ChatGPT works and how we can use it to sort of create content real quick, I also wanted to give like some warnings or things that you should be aware of when using ChatGPT. So if you're using ChatGPT 3.5, it has a knowledge cutoff date of September 2021. If you're using the ChatGPT 4, which is the paid model, and the plus model, it costs $20 a month. It has a knowledge cutoff date of January 2022. Also, it might produce inaccurate information. It is not perfect and it can also plagiarize other people's content. It's obviously searching the internet for this content and it's trying to rephrase it. So it can always take somebody's content and plagiarize it. So you have to be careful about it. Another thing is inputting sensitive information. If you notice, how I was inputting information, I didn't put Coinsola has a business that does this and she stays in Lagos, Nigeria. This, that. No, I didn't put that. I was a bit generic, but not too generic about it, just because I didn't want to input sensitive information. You don't want to input too much information, too much sensitive information into this things because even in their terms and conditions, what you give them is what they'll take, and they obviously use all of this data. Then also, I wanted to mention about the terms and condition of ChatGPT for you to know, and I put like a screenshot of what this terms and condition means. Whatever you input into ChatGPT is obviously your own, and whatever output you generate is obviously your own also. So, according to ChatGPT's terms and conditions, you have a certain ownership with applicable law. Again, there is always like a plus and minus to things like this, but there are terms and conditions. It's stated that you have a certain ownership to what you input and what you output as your own. You are the owner of it. You can, as it's stated right here, they assign you the right title, interest, and everything that has to do with it. So you have some certain ownership to it. Then, yeah, question and answer. I can already see some questions like in the comments, so I'm just going to go to them real quick. Can I print dollars? No, obviously not. You can't print dollars. How do you guide against copyright infringement when using content from ChatGPT? Yes, so this is exactly what I mentioned. Like one is of using ChatGPT. So you want to be careful about what outputs you get, which is why I said even when you generate an output, I don't necessarily take all of that output and use it. I still impute some of my own words into it so that I can. But again, there is that if you input, this is where imputing generic questions and imputing questions that are a bit specific to you becomes different. Once you input generic questions, there is like that liability of just getting like a generic answer that might copyrighted. But if you input very specific questions that are specific to you, there is also like the possibilities that your answers you get are more specific to you than just regular answers that you will get. So that is how, but they have it in their terms and conditions that whatever you have inputted and what you have outputted is like your own. So again, they're trying to mitigate against copyrighted materials as much as they can. Again, it is AI, it is not perfect, and it's still like a growing industry. Discuss about deepfakes. So deepfakes, to discuss about deepfakes, deepfakes obviously comes in maybe more of image and voice, like in the case of the Pope wearing the puffer jacket, like I've shown earlier, or also in the case of mimicking Drake's voice and Weekend voice, like I've shown earlier. And basically there is also like everything has like pros and cons, and it's our responsibilities as very good citizens of the world to use things the right way that we're supposed to use them. So I think that's the best I can say about it. The question is, should there be a good side to deep fakes? um I don't necessarily think there is like a good side to deep fakes, except if it has like, I mean, if you look at the movie industry, there are people that they have like stuntsmen that do like their stunts for them. So most times whenever you watch movies, you sometimes think that all of the stunts are by the actors, but most times they are not by the actors, except for like Jackie Chan or like maybe like Tom Cruise that does like their stunts by themselves. But sometimes they have like people that look exactly like them that are called stunts man and woman that create like that stunts for them. So I think there is like, it's like weighing like the pros and cons to it. There's obviously going to be like a good side and there's like a bad side to it. Is again being like a good citizen to know when to use it and when not to use it. Do we have another question or somebody raising up their hand? I was not sure. Any other question? Because I'm pretty sure this is going to be soon. Okay, Esther. Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, good evening, ma. Thank you very much
Hi.
for the. Okay, my question is, I just want to like ask like the balance between ChatGPT. Like for me, any small thing, like I just run to ChatGPT. Like there's some things that like I could have like answered myself, like months before that I can just like answer myself. So I just want to know like what's the balance? Is it like there are times that every time you just want to ask ChatGPT and you just become very very dependent on it. Like you cannot
Reliant
think
on it.
and you cannot
Yeah.
think by yourself.
Trust me.
So
Yeah.
what's the balance there? How can you?
I honestly, I honestly understand what you're saying, and I felt that way at first when I started using it. I felt, in fact, I used to feel like very guilty about using it, but then again, I also realized that it made me better in a way. because there are sometimes that I will respond to some emails, and the way I just respond, and I'm like, it was ChatGPT that taught me how to respond in this way. But then again, it's a you thing. You have to put like some cap or some control in it. There's some things you can just do yourself that you don't have to run to it all the time. So do those things yourself. Don't run to it. Even when you run to it and you get like an answer, again, don't copy all of that answer into whatever it is that you're going to. Rephrase that answer. In the process of rephrasing that answer, it becomes more your own and less ChatGPT's own. Becomes more in your tone of voice and in your language. There's some words that ChatGPT will give to you that you know that I don't use this word. Maybe you're trying to be very casual with an email, and there's like additionally furthermore, you're like, this is not something I'll necessarily use in an email to this person. Then you start to input your own words, your own tone of voice, and all of that. So it's basically rephrasing those answers to sound more like you rather than and less like ChatGPT. And again, caution: too much of everything is not good. So caution to it. There are sometimes that ChatGPT will be down. If that has not happened to you, it might happen pretty soon. There are sometimes that it will be down. And when it's down, will you not do what you're supposed to do? So there's caution to everything. One more question. How secure is ChatGPT use? How confidential? You're welcome, Esther. How confidential is it? I'm sure they have some sort of encryption to it. Um, I'm sure they have some sort of encryption to it, but there is also don't impute very sensitive information into it. Be as generic and specific about the information you're imputing it into it as possible. No, don't input sensitive information. Is in their terms. Don't give us sensitive information. If you give us sensitive information, we'll use it. It's your data. We'll use it to become better or to improve ourselves. But we're just warning you not to give us sensitive information. So it all depends on you. Any other question? Because I'm pretty sure this call will end pretty soon. No other question?
Thank you so much, Rachel, for today. I'm so grateful. I wanted to just say that before everybody gets sent out of the group.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you everyone for coming. And this is just conclusion. Thank you everyone. If you have any question or you want to talk to me more about ChatGPT or you want me to help you out with prompts, I can do that. I'll just drop my email in the comment section so that you can contact me. So yeah, that's the email. So if you have any more questions, you can send me an email and I'll be happy to answer them. Or if you want me to create prompts for you, I'll be happy to do that. Obviously, it comes with a fee. I'm just kidding. Some people are concerned that ChatGPT will put certain professionals, such as teachers, journalists, out of work. What's your take? I don't know if you missed like the beginning part of my presentation, but I'd mentioned just at the beginning of my presentation that ChatGPT will only put you out of work if you don't learn how to use it. So learning how to use it as a teacher, there are obviously millions and one ways that you can use ChatGPT to improve like your lesson notes. Lesson notes that probably takes you like 1 hour to create. Using ChatGPT can take you lesser time. Obviously, you might have to confirm something. So it's basically knowing how to use it. And I mentioned about a quote that said, um, AI won't take your job. It's people that know how to use AI that will take your job. So that's just basically the way it works. So that's why learning how to use it gives you some sort of leverage. Call ends in 2 minutes. Any other question? I hope I answered your question, Eben. Okay, awesome. Awesome. Okay, thank you everyone for listening and for coming along. I really appreciate you. I hope I've been able to impart some knowledge about ChatGPT and the use of AI. And I'll see you guys hopefully maybe in another session. Bye everyone.
Bye.